All right. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the stream. This is what is this? A show, a series, a web. I was gonna say webinar. That doesn't make any sense. Anyways, this is a show where every day, Monday through Friday, we come here and we just do a little bit of work on our company, which we're trying to build into something that's going to generate us with $1 million of revenue every single year. That is the goal that we're working towards. And what we're doing is we've created, and well, we're still working on and building a creative services company that specializes in web design, web development, and some other kind of creative services. Well, there's design services, if you need any kind of stationery, just graphic design, I guess you can say, and video and audio production as well too. So we've done a little bit of everything here, mostly on the creative services side. But yeah, we'll keep plugging away, and we're gonna try to figure out where we're gonna lead this company and where it's gonna end up. So for today, I think what we'll do is I think I need to center myself a little bit more. How's that? Oh, and then this is in the way now. My monitor. I'll have to figure out the best placements of that. So today, what was I saying? Today, we're going to look at content for our YouTube channel, because we're a media company and we want to get known as a media company. We need to showcase our skills as, media people. So to do that, we're going to create YouTube videos that demonstrate our skill by educating people on various topics related to the web and online media, whatever you want to call it. So to that effect, let's bring up, I have a few things here. There are a few things to think about that I'm still unsure on. Here is, where are you going? Totally went on the wrong side. There we go. Let's zoom this in. So this document just kind of outlined what content we're going to be creating in order to reach our objectives. And of course, the objectives are, basically to grow the company. And so we're going to focus on our podcast, we're going to focus on our YouTube channel, and we're going to focus on this live stream here. And on this, yeah, so that's what we wrote down. And on this one, we started working on this one, I think it was last week, where we took 4 concepts or 4 YouTube videos that we were going to create, and we kind of wrote down, I think it was more like a wireframe of how the video is going to go. So the first video is how to get a website up and running in one day with no code and no money, or very little money. And then the second one is don't build websites for other designers. Third one, why switch from WordPress to Webflow, with kind of the main points here. And the fourth one is just getting started with Webflow. Right, and then I lay that down. So the idea is today that maybe I can start fleshing out some of these actual scripts for these videos. So one thing that got me thinking today, I was talking to someone about, well, hang on, let me throw some background music here. Oh man, I got so much stuff open. Let me close all these windows. X out. Close you. Okay, I'm signed in. I'm just going to art list here, getting some music. Soul and R&B. Don't want anything with very many words. Find it maybe a little bit distracting. Or maybe we can we just go, ooh, just instrumental. It's probably not that much. Okay. Right. Story time. So what was I saying? So I was having a discussion with somebody and we were talking about the value of creating courses and how there's basically a lot of money that can be made by creating high quality, valuable courses for people. And literally having people start their side projects making 6 figures by selling courses, which is insane. So it gets me thinking about Pixel Media. And I think I talked about this before about saying maybe I won't focus on courses, but maybe at some point I should. Because if I can create, this is where it comes into my mind, is that there's so many people that are already creating content on, creating websites and whatever. Is it too saturated? Is it too much of am I going into an ocean that already has 1,000 million people in it? Should I focus maybe on going into some other ocean? I don't know. And maybe that's where I lack the skills to know how to actually do the right market research. So maybe, let's hang on a second. Let's see what we can find here. Maybe there's something that we can do or look at. Web design courses. How to web design courses. And maybe put paid. Should I go to Google? Maybe let's go to Google. Top paid. Learn how to make websites. Courses. Okay, definitely. What's Webflow saying? Ultimate web design course from Webflow, which would be ultimate, but also very short. Okay, yeah, I know these guys, Flux Academy. These guys, Flux Academy, or that guy, it's kind of one guy. Flash sale courses. And these are, from what I think, are pretty expensive. Well, I should say expensive, but just, they're not $49. Is there a button? How much? Okay, they're on sale now. I'm not a big person not big onto sales, but so $600. Just totally cool. Like free resources. Enroll for free. That's probably a little bit of a marketing thing. Yeah. So that's, This is a huge course. So all kinds of 6-figure freelancers, standout portfolio, core design skills. Interesting courses. Oh, it's got other teachers now. I haven't looked at the site for a while. Yeah. See, that's funny. The difference between this website and this one, a big, huge part of it is just the imagery itself. That's interesting how this one is up ahead. I wonder if these are 2 images. Anyways. Yeah, very nice. Very nice testimonials. And then enroll now is at the same price. $352. And I wonder, and then they have all of them. Which be what, a few $1,000? Yeah, $2,000. Not bad. Not bad at all. What else is there? Never even heard of this. Design plus code. Never heard of them. YouTube series. That's pretty cheap. $5 per month billed annually. So what's that? $60? Looks like there's smaller courses. Drawing the house. Only available for subscribe. What are they using to make this site? Curious. I don't know. I can't tell. I can't tell. Unless... I can't tell. Live streams. Designcode.io, which is I think what I was looking at. Ugh, I closed it. Lots of cool places. Lots of cool places. I think one of the biggest questions that I have in my mind when I'm thinking of what to do is, am I entering a saturated market? And it's not to say that I can't succeed into it, but why go into a market that is saturated if I could go to a market that is like the opposite of that, right? So if there's already 100 courses that you can buy to learn how to build websites, then, of me going in there and being the 101 course, like, that's hard, right? Or that'll make it harder for me. Even if I am really, really good, it's still hard to stand out. I think I remember reading I think it was a book by Chris Hadfield. He's talking about, well, I don't know if it was in his book. Anyways, but the whole point is, like, he was trying out to be an astronaut, right? Or he applied. And the idea is that out of 5,000 candidates or 10,000 people that applied or whatever, and they're looking for like 2 or whatever, even if you stand out like the best of the best, the odds are still stacked against you from succeeding or being the one that's picked, even if you are like the best of the best. So there's things that you have to do on top of just being the best to make yourself stick out even more. So, and the point being is that even if I create the best course, and then how do you even define the best course? Maybe visually looks good and actually teaches the information and gets people, actively involved, and there's a really good success rate, blah, blah, blah. Even if I do that, it's still going to be harder for me to get out there amongst the sea of all these other competitors. Whereas if I was to create a course that was in a market that just wasn't there, like say, I don't even know, like a course on, oh my goodness, what would be something? I was gonna say something like raising like aquarium fish, but no, that's probably super saturated too because there's so many fish aficionados. Oh, I don't know. Say something specific about like raising kids and oh my goodness, I can't come up with something. Oh my goodness. Like maybe like how to climb trees with your bare hands or something like that, right? That's much less. There's not like 100 courses probably on how to climb a tree with your bare hands or how to crack coconuts effectively with your hands. I don't know, something that a lot of people just probably aren't talking about. How to oh my goodness, I'm trying to think of a really good example of something that a lot of people do but probably a lot of people don't teach. My goodness. And it's not that the theme has to be very obscure. It's the fact that maybe a lot of people aren't teaching it. Oh, what could be a good example? I don't know, maybe like learning how to install like home theaters, something like that. Maybe there's not very many courses on teaching people how to do that, right? Just, I don't know, because maybe everyone here has a home theater or has like a TV or whatever, but maybe not very many courses on teaching you how to do that specific thing, like making a home theater or whatever. I don't know if that's a good example or not. Maybe there are lots of places like that, but I don't know. I've never heard of it. Anyways, so maybe that. Anyways, the point being is, should I think of some kind of theme or something that a lot of people do, but there's just not a big market for people doing that thing or teaching that thing, to try to create a course around that? And the other thing I thought of is, like, I love the whole video production, audio production, graphic design, all those things, making flyers and brochures, pamphlets, what have you, PDFs, print materials. What if Pixel ended up going into the direction of helping people create courses? I think I talked about this. This is basically almost like membership stuff, but we help people create courses, like online courses. So if you want to make a course, so it's not like we teach people how to make a course. I guess maybe that could be like the lead into it, like the free content, but we actually make courses for you. So if you don't know how to make a course, we can help you do it, right? We could provide those services. And then obviously for me, I would need to know how to build courses. I mean, I have the technical and the graphic design capabilities of making the materials that you would need for the course, but putting together the course might be the other thing that I'm not as familiar with, which is what I could use to practice on. Anyways, maybe that could be a direction for Pixel. So it takes the creative aspect of the things that I do and the technical aspects of like making a website, having a site to sell your courses, whatever, filming the videos, having a website where you can play the videos and track your members and who's watched what video or what have you, or if you just want to have it out there and you just get a PDF, whatever, all kinds of different ways to throw a course together. But Pixel could be the place that you go and get all that stuff done for you. I don't know. Are there any places that do that? I mean, there's places like Teachable and Udemy that you can just have your course and you just upload it there. But I think it's nice if you can create your kind of own community as well too. So maybe that kind of goes back to what I was talking about a couple months ago about creating like membership sites and communities. It's still kind of based around the same kind of concept. Boy. Anyways, I'm rambling as usual, thinking out loud. And yeah, that's pretty much my big problem, is constantly thinking and rethinking about what to do. Am I doing the right thing? Yeah. The reason why I'm thinking about that and talking about it right now today is because as I was sitting down to start doing this, the question is this the right way to go in terms of making videos on web design specifically? And it gets me to something that I was trying to talk to my son about yesterday, actually, is about knowing your destination and knowing where it is exactly that you want to go, or maybe not in exactly, but where it is you want to go to. In his case, he wants to be an author. He wants to be like a successful author, to write books and all that kind of stuff. And then I'm highlighting, okay, well, you know where you want to go, but what are the steps in between that you know that you can do or that you can take to help you get there? Because if you know where you want to go, but you don't really have a blueprint for how to get there, then how do you know what it is that you're doing on a day-to-day basis, whether it's going to help you achieve that goal? So then you break it down. What do you need to do to become a successful writer? Well, you need to know how to develop characters. You need to know how to write dialogue. You need to know how to put together a story structure. You need to know about what makes for a good plot. You know, how to exposition, a bunch of different things you need to know. And then, so every day you can make sure that you're working on some of those skills to get to the point where if you master those skills and you could level up on those skills, then each level up will help you become a better author and will help you get closer and closer to achieving that goal. So for me, I think where the problem is I don't have a clear objective to what that end goal is. Like, oh, Pixel Media is going to be a successful company. Great. Successful company at what? I don't know. Creating courses, just being a web development company, being a creative consultancy thing, being a social media company and helping with that. There's so many different things that Pixel could be successful at, and I haven't picked one. And I'm really trying to, but I can't seem to put my finger on it. And I really don't know why. And I mean, that's why I'm constantly jumping of, is this the right thing to do? Should I be doing this? Because I'm looking at my sheet right now of the direction. You know, having a podcast, yeah, that's fantastic. Fantastic to talk to people about wanting to make a business. That is fantastic. That's on point in terms of my personal goal of creating a business that's successful. What is that business? I don't know. But I do know that the genre of trying to create a business is something that I like to talk about, at least here on this live stream. But what that business is I don't know, right? So, again, this is it right here. Building the business from 0 to 1 million. And I think what I had decided was that, you know what? We're just going to be a creative studio, and our whole business is going to be revolving around web design, web development, creative services, AV production, which is great. But then that also changes a little bit of what kind of videos I'm going to be making. Yeah. And then what I came through the conclusion yesterday or the past couple of days is like, you know what? Just go for it. Just put your shit out there and see what sticks. And stop overthinking. And I think that's what I need to do today. Or in the next few days. Or the next month. Because that was the whole idea. It's like, this is just what we're going to do. I guess maybe the talk of courses and just the possibility of really generating a good deal of revenue by having a course that can help people. Which always really kind of speaks to me, because it's that moving away, at least in my mind, away from client work to product work, which is much more in line with where I want to be at the end of the day. Yeah. Just makes me think in my head, should I just do I just say, that's it, forget the creative service stuff, I'm just going to build something? But if I am, people still need to know, you still have the same issues. Like, just because you build it, you still need to market it and everything like that too. But that's where I have to get out of my comfort zone and just blast things on social media and learn how to use social media, like Instagram and Twitter, as opposed to YouTube, which is more of the long form content, unless it's the short form YouTube shorts as well too, which I could utilize. Oh my goodness, lots to think about, lots to talk about. So I was today going to go and start on these scripts for these videos, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just not a good day in my headspace in terms of knowing what to do. I'm not a big fan of days like today when I just can't put my finger on like what it is that I should do. And it's like such a stupid problem. I feel like it's a stupid problem. I mean, I have a good set of skills, I think anyways. And it's like I can't come up with one thing that I could just super focus on. Like, I've done all this work and it seems to make sense to me. So what's the problem? It must be like I just get this carrot in front of me. And then it's just like, ooh, that's shiny. Maybe let's look at this. Without even laying down anything of significance at all whatsoever in the direction that I said 3 days ago, hey, that's the way to go. Oh my goodness. Shit. I'm just looking at my sheet here again. So I didn't write down what the actual objective is. So is this my problem? I need to think about this. I'm trying to think of what I said in the past if I spoke to this. In the future, my future self of what I would consider to be the ultimate of what business I have. It's not a service-based business. It's for sure not. It's more of a product-based business. And I don't want to be trading in my time for money. So I'm pretty sure I got to turn this down. I'm pretty sure I've said that before, but I know that that's my mindset. And if that's my mindset, I have it here for the next 6 months, trying to build a business, whatever, which is fine. Building a business is fine. Making YouTube videos is fine. Making the podcast is fine. But I feel like the end game of what's in my head, of what I'm working towards, I feel like maybe like that's not right. Because if my end game is I want to create, just say I want to create a course, whatever it is, right? Fantastic. Then everything comes clear in my mind. Say the course was how to like raise hamsters and how to get the most out of your hamster, as an example. That's the course I want to write. Okay, so the YouTube channel, well, the podcast then becomes pretty simple. Talk to people that are veterinarians, people that love raising pets, animals, especially hamsters. Talk to hamster doctors. I don't know, whatever. People about taking care of their hamsters, right? And learning about that. Then the YouTube channel becomes, what does YouTube channel become? The podcast could still be that would be the podcast specific to that like the hamster thing. But the podcast for me personally, I guess, would still be talking to people that's starting a business, because I'm starting a business, but my business just happens to be creating courses for people that love hamsters. Then the YouTube channel would be creating videos talking about hamsters, how to raise hamsters. Just again, information that you would get in the course, but just put in a less structured way because it's just kind of videos, right? And then the live stream would be me creating the content and creating everything I need to do to run, or well, to create the product, which is the course for the hamsters, creating the videos for like the hamster course, creating the videos about hamsters, and how the business is going of, you know, selling the products and what the marketing going to be like. How am I going to get it out there to the masses? How am I going to put in systems in place for the customer service? All that stuff to go around there. So then it solidifies that a little bit more, I think, in my head. But like right now, things are just a little bit more nebulous because I want to create a business, and I'm saying it right now in my mind, well, let's just go with the service-based business because it's what you know and it's what's making you money now. And then figure out later how to transition into a product-based business. Which is probably the right way to go. Is that the safe way to go? You know? So then it's just building, you know, we're a service-based business. But then it's like while I'm doing that, do I still also work on creating products while I'm a service-based business? Oh man, I don't know. And the idea, we just want to grow the business, grow the service-based business, see what happens. And again, if I don't want to have a service-based business, which is fine. I mean, I could do whatever I want. That's that's my goal in life. But I still promote myself as a service-based business because then I could be really choosy about the clients that I take, right? whether it's one, like pretty much just one client at a time, clients that'll pay a good amount to help me, pay the bills and keep the lights on in the meantime, while I figure out exactly how I'm going to transition from a service-based business to a product-based business. I'm reminded of one of the companies that I love a lot, was Basecamp, or the 37 Signal guys, where they were originally I think those guys started out as a web design company, just making websites for people. Sound familiar? And they eventually developed a product that was helping them keep track of, their relationships with their clients or what have you. And it ended up being that product ended up being so good for them that ended up being what their company was, and that's Basecamp. So they transitioned from, servicing clients to building a product for their clients, which is infinitely easier to scale than a consulting type company, which is definitely where I want to go from Pixel. So am I forcing it too much? Should I just let it flow and see what happens? Do I start hiring people for a creative company only to know that I'm going to be thinking about switching directions? Or do you keep them on board that they can help out as the company itself pivots? It's like so many questions. Maybe I'm just going to have to keep all of these things in the back of my mind and just, keep trying to grow Pixel as a media company. And then getting a few more lucrative contracts. If I do that, then I can hire people to take over the day-to-day responsibilities of running the client side of Pixel. And then I can focus on the product side and start creating some products, whatever that might be, or at least thinking about what kind of products to create. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I still think that makes the most sense. Help me out here. Anybody who's listening and who has heard me ramble on here for over half an hour, let me know what you think. And maybe what you would do in my position. Although, I still have to do what feels right for me in my heart, in my brain. But hearing other people's thoughts and ideas is always helpful. Okay. Let me check something out here for a quick second. I should buy that just to be on the safe side. I just thought of a domain name, and I'm going to buy it now. It's available. I'm just going to buy it now. Before it's taken. So many things. Okay. Are you added to cart? Yeah, you're in cart. There's got to be a Namecheap coupon code. Coupon code. What are we? We're June 2023. Only for new customers. 20% off. Let's see if that works. Promo code apply. Nothing happened. Oh well. This has the completely wrong card. I have to figure out. Am I gonna have to switch domain providers? Maybe. Come on, processing. All right. Domain purchased. Okay. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, does this make sense? Destination. Destination would be a creative studio. Turn Pixel Media into creative studio. Let's say a sustainable, because right now it's not, right? It's just me and one person. I don't have that consistent income coming in just quite yet. Though I do have enough. I do have about 25, 28. I have just under $3,000 in monthly recurring income revenue coming in, which is nice, but far from being a highly profitable, sustainable company. And that is basically, so it's service-based. And therefore, activities are directed towards that goal. So, if that's the destination, how to from a service service-based business to a product one? When? Create time to make the transition. So I can almost see two different school of thoughts here on this. If you have a service-based business that's not quite on the ground yet, or off the ground, I would say, but you're constantly investing time and like all your time and all your money into growing that service-based business, then it might in the future be harder for you to switch because you're putting in together all your processes and your whole operation is around that thing that you're doing. But if you spend the time, like right now, instead of trying to build a service-based business, but you try to build a product, then I don't know. I guess like the faster you start, the sooner you can actually, make that transition. But then I can see it the other way around. If you create something that is sustainable, that can help you fund your development of a product and get the audience and get all that kind of stuff going, then you'll be in a better position, possibly, to make that transition. But then nothing's guaranteed that even building a service-based business is even going to work. Right? There's no guarantees in any kind of business you're trying to build. So am I trying to build the wrong business right now? If that's what I know for sure is what I don't want to do. I mean, long term, yeah. Oh. So long term, I personally would prefer to be in the product. I prefer to rather than services. So that's what I would prefer. So, I mean, if my job was running, a multi-million-dollar creative consultancy group, it wouldn't be the end of the world. But would I be super happy every day? I don't know. Because running a company is I've never done that before. Running a company and having employees and having so many people work under you, that's a completely different job than, just building a website for somebody, right? It's a completely different job. But like managing other people to do all that work and then you're building a business and a company, I don't know if that would be good. Maybe it will be awesome. I feel like it would be. I feel like it would be. So, but yeah, it's an unknown for sure. I wonder if I should create a very, very specific list of like directions or opportunities that I think that I would enjoy or that I would like Pixel Media to do, and other different products or services that I can have. If I can come up with a list and maybe something I could get a spark and be like, yeah, this would be really cool. I would really love to do this and try to focus on that. I don't know. Or like at least steer it a little bit into that direction. Right. And what I mean by that is, like, for example, if I knew that I was really into making podcasts and like creating podcasts, and maybe I'd want to do that for other people, then I would really think about, okay, well, maybe what I need to do is I need to get a studio and set up a podcasting studio or a recording studio where I could record other podcasts for other people and offer that as a little bit of a service as well. Again, this is still maybe a service-based thing, but I could offer that for people, and I could run that as part of my business. And then it would help me figure out like what I would spend my money on. I mean, I guess I'm not really spending my money on that much stuff anyways, because I just kind of take it and put it in the bank. But oh, excuse me. It's like, do I need to go back to the drawing board and think about more shit, or do I just need to get going? I think I just need to do shit, to be honest. But I guess I have this worry, this kind of fear inside of, if I just start doing shit and it's the wrong stuff, then I'm just wasting time and not getting to where I want to be. Just the thought of going around aimlessly, I don't know, is it just so overwhelming that it just kind of grips me, and then I don't want to do anything because I'm worried about it too much? Combination of that. Oh boy. Okay. I need to do some kind of reset thinking tonight. And come back with something for you guys tomorrow. Yeah, okay. This stream ended up being not at all what I thought it was going to be. Just me rambling on and not getting to work. So frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Yeah, maybe I need. I don't know. Okay, I gotta put my head together. I'm gonna go for a walk, clear my head, do a little bit of thinking, a lot of thinking, write down a few things, a few ideas, and I really got to figure this out, because we need to figure out how to move forward in a specific direction. And it's bridging all of the things that are in my mind of like what I enjoy doing, what do I want to do, how do I want my business to flow, what's going to fill me up with the greatest sense of purpose, making sure I'm interacting with people all the time, and how can I help as many people as I can with the stuff that I want to do, and of course still just have enough money to not be poor basically. All kinds of things. So rethink, and I'm not sure what tomorrow's episode is going to be, but we'll know sometime tomorrow when I post whatever the title is going to be. All right, I'm going to end it, because otherwise I'll just be here all day just rambling and wasting my time, and probably wasting your time too, which I don't want to do. So have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.